In 1999, P.D. Shelbourne, a pilot, walks into a pawn shop with a drum-wielding, eerie toy monkey in his hands and coated with blood. He attempts to clarify to the store owner that everyone would be f***ed to hell when the monkey bangs its drum because it is cursed. In other words, he wanted his refund. When the toy monkey suddenly starts beating the drum, P.D. steps back and is terrified to death while the shopkeeper watch. A moment of silence is followed by a mouse biting through a wire and colliding with a statue brandishing a harpoon gun. When the harpoon retracts, the gun takes out the shop owner's intestine after firing and impaling him. P.D. reaches for a flamethrower and tries to melt the monkey. P.D. leaves behind his twin boys, Hal and Bill, as well as his wife, Lois. Hal, who is older, tells how he and Bill never got along because Hal was always a shy child and Bill bullied him. And all together now, Lois and her sons both have a pessimistic view on the world. Among their father's belongings, the boys discover the monkey, whose box has the phrase, "like life," which they believe to mean lifelike. On the monkey's back, Bill turns the key, but nothing occurs. Moments later, Hal and Bill are taken to a hibachi restaurant by their babysitter, Annie. Hal leaves the monkey in the van. As the three are in the restaurant, the toy monkey starts beating the drum. After the drum beat, the hibachi chef, who was quietly flirting with Annie, accidentally amputates her with his spatula, and her head falls onto the grill. At that point, the boy's mother comforts them and tries to distract them from their sadness by making them dance. Bill makes Hal the target of bullying from the other students at school one day, since Hal always has the monkey with him. The students took the bullying further by having a banana party on Hal. In other words, they smash him with bananas. And now, the relationship between Bill and Hal becomes that of Cain and Abel. In his rage, Hal attempts to use the monkey to kill Bill. When he turns the key, the monkey begins beating the drums. Then he waits for something to happen. Lois is making a cake when Bill gets home, but as soon as the monkey stops playing, she starts to bleed all over her face till she passes out on the ground. Then she dies. Bill, who is now devastated, tries to wake his mother awake at her funeral. Hal makes the decision to slice the monkey to pieces in order to destroy it. Uncle Chip and Aunt Ida are the new home for the boys. In the end, the monkey makes a healthy comeback to their home. Bill flipped the key since he doesn't believe the monkey is to blame for the recent fatalities, and Uncle Chip is subsequently killed while camping when he is crushed to ground beef by a herd of wild horses in his sleeping bag. In the hopes that it won't harm anyone ever again, the guys then put the monkey back in its box and toss it into a well. 25 years later, Aunt Ida is currently living by herself. For some reason, she enters her basement armed with a revolver. Ida ended up with a load of fish hooks caught in her face after falling down the steps. She hears a noise coming from the stove as she proceeds to treat herself to some rubbing alcohol. When Aunt Ida puts her head close to the stove, it ignites her entire head. She frantically flees the house before colliding headlong with the sharp end of a "for sale" sign. The monkey is later sold at a sale along with the rest of her possessions. Ricky, a local police officer's son who stays alone most of the time, picks it up. Hal now lives alone. He only sees his kid, Petey, once a year because he worries that Petey would get wounded or worse. Hal finds out that his ex-wife and her new husband, leading expert Ted Hammerman, are formally adopting Petey when he goes to pick him up for their week together. They believe it would be best for Hal to stop being involved in Petey's life. Hal drives Petey to a motel en route to an amusement park with a horror theme. Petey questions Hal about his family as part of a family tree project for school. Although he informs his son about Lois, he lies about not having a brother. Hal receives a call later that evening from Bill, whom he hasn't seen or spoken to in years. Bill lets Hal know that the monkey has come back and that Hal must visit Ida's home to settle her estate. One of the fans falls into a pool of water that is leaking into it as Hal is outdoors. Before Hal can alert the woman that the water is contaminated, she plunges in and blows up from the electrocution, proving to Hal that the monkey has truly been reactivated. To get them moving, he tells Petey to wake up. When Petey finds out that Hal has a brother from Barbara, the vivacious real estate agent at Ida's house, Petey becomes irritated. Barbara informs them that the town has recently had a string of horrifying mishaps following Ida's passing. A shotgun erupts from the closet door when Barbara opens it, blasting her to shreds, leaving Hal with a fingertip in his mouth. It turns out that Bill has been activating the monkey since he hired Ricky to get it for him. He has been using it in the hopes that the monkey will kill Hal because he is aware that Hal's activation of the monkey resulted in their mother's murder. He has been killing innocent people while trying to murder Hal. In an attempt to induce Petey to turn the key and murder his father, he decides to have Ricky abduct Hal and Petey. Additionally, Dwayne, Hal's co-worker, is killed by the monkey after choking on his vape pen. The two are kidnapped by Ricky and taken to Bill's house. After escaping a series of booby traps, Petey enters the house to meet Bill while Ricky holds Hal at gunpoint. While scratching his head, Ricky unintentionally discharges his revolver, striking a wasp's nest. As soon as Petey flips the key, the wasps emerge from their nest, causing the entire colony to swarm Ricky's mouth and rip out through his face. When Hal tries to confront Bill by running into the building, Bill becomes enraged and demands that the monkey kill Hal, even putting its arm down to play the drum. This causes the ground to tremble as the monkey starts to play the drum quickly. Outside, Bill witnesses a jet strike the village, causing a significant number of people to perish. After everything has calmed down, Hal makes an effort to speak with Bill and express regret for what transpired with their mother. After some time, Bill makes the decision to attempt to be a true family and make amends with Hal. A last booby trap is set off when the monkey's arm strikes the drum once more, sending a bowling ball hurtling toward Bill's skull and smashing it. Petey and Hal go away silently. The two view the aftermath of the accident, with numerous bodies scattered throughout the town as they drive through it with the monkey in the back seat. A pale guy on a white horse, who is presumably the embodiment of death, passes Hal's vehicle as they come to a stop at a red light. Then, as Lois used to enjoy dancing, he asks Petey to join him. Petey agrees. A bus full of cheerleaders passes by as they drive away, and a truck that follows them beheads them all. Thanks for watching. If you like recaps like these, please don't forget to subscribe or like to help the channel grow.